Ladies, gentlemen, and Airbus pilots, I'm Avengel, welcome back to the channel, and today we are at Orcas Island in the Cows DA42. Why? Because I checked the weather report, and we're about to play with some spice. And no, this is not an ornithopter review. Orbex released Ann Cortez, one of the classic PNW airports to the sim. I'd be remiss if I didn't fly there, but boy oh boy, local winds, 33 knots, 280. Runway, 36 or 18. We're talking 30 knots, direct crosswind. How can we not go play in that? That is horrible. And I am all for this. So let's jump in to an aircraft that I've actually flown a little bit since it's come out, and I've really started to love this thing. The Cows DA42. Growing to be actually my favourite glass aeroplane in the sim. I can't lie, it's actually pretty good. We're going to run through our checklist here, get ourselves ready to rock and roll, get ourselves going. Winds here are 210 at like 9, so it's crosswind, but nowhere near as bad. So we should be okay. We'll skip the exterior pre-flighting because they're honestly fine. We'll move to our before engine start. Okay, pre-flight, sure. Baggage and tow bar, sure. Aux pumps are off. Aux powers off. Selectors are on. Safety guard closed, so they are on. Guards are closed. Parking brake is set, I think. Parking brake is set. Alternate air is closed. Gear selector is to down. There we go. P2 is off. Avionics master off. Back electric master off. Pumps are off. Masters off. Everything's essentially off. Alternators to on. They are on. No, on now. Yep, that's at the top. On. Okay. Rotor switches are where they should be, I think. Rotor switches to... This is auto. Okay. Okay, so you have 3 settings. So we put it in the middle to auto. Okay. They're in auto. Excellent. Everything else is where it should be. ELT, flap selectors, good. Right, so electric master on. It is right there. Flap full travel. We'll check that now. Let's move forwards here. So we can see very fast electric flaps on this as well. I do like that. We have full travel of the flaps. Gear warning, fire tests. Okay, let's check those out, shall we? Gear and fire test is good. Okay, controlled full travel. We have full rudder authority. We have full stick authority. Everything is where it should be there. Those are all looking like they're good. So before checklist continue, enunciator test. Some of these things I still can't quite find, so you'll forgive me when I screw things up. But with half of it being on these panels, it's easy to screw up. Asset display backup function that works just fine. Okay, that is as it needs to be. Our persistence functions are good where they need to be. Everything where it should be. So let's go to our engine start procedure. So normal air is clear. Master is on. Engine masters are on. Okay. Enunciators checked. They are checked. Okay. Start button. Left start is good. Right start is good. Oil pressure is going good. What's that? Stall heat horn failure? Stall heat failure? I don't know what that is going to be. Have we actually... No, everything is where it should be on the aircraft. We don't have any covers on anything that shouldn't be on. Pitot covers are off. I don't think that's even a function in this aircraft. Style HT fail. What is that? Okay, that was a tester. That's working as it should be. Everything else is switched on as it should be. TOR systems test is executing. Okay. These are all where they should be. Nothing I could tell is incorrect unless we have a popped circuit breaker. See, there's a tablet here that doesn't do anything. That's what bugs me. There's a tablet and it could have done something in the aircraft. I wish they'd used it. They put a tablet in the damn slot and it doesn't do anything. That's mildly annoying. Hopefully in a future update it will, but until then, it just doesn't. is it possibly wanting me to... Be off. Okay. Oh, that's what that was. Okay. Yeah. Okay, everything's checked and everything is clear. No warnings. We are basically good to go. After start, we have oil pressure is checked. Engine RPM is where it should be. Let's bring it up to about 710. Well, we're at 700, so we're exactly where we really want to be right now. Bring it to 1,000. Everything's looking nice and even. Pitot heat on. It is on, but we're getting the stall heat fail, which is odd. Even mass is on, weather radar is off. We don't have one. Okay, we're good there. Let's set our transponder. I did have some issues with our code coming up, so that is working as it should be right now. Okay, we are VFR and we are on. Transponder is good there. We don't have an FMS to set up. Autopilot to test. Autopilot functions down here. Functions do connect and disconnect as they intended to. Put that back on again, and we should be able to correct autopilot tests. Completed. Looking fine there. Everything else. So yes, basically autopilot test, disconnect, press, check electric trim not working. AP on, check annunciators and FD. Disconnect, press AP off. Yes. J button, press FD commands climb. So we'll do that again. That is on. Where's the GA button? Look at the auto trim there. I don't see a GA button unless I'm extremely blind and it's right in front of me, which it probably would be something big for a go around. I don't actually know where that is, so we'll pretend we did that test and it's working. We'll be fine. Everything else I think should be good for us right now, so we're going to get ourselves rolling here and we're going to start off to play in the wind because I can't wait for this. So, parking brake is released. I love the visibility in this aircraft. It is truly fantastic. So much room to see things around here. So we'll take it down to the end of the runway. We're going to get about the same crosswind no matter what we do. 9 knots is going to be enough to be noticeable from 210. So as we are taxiing currently to our departure, let's make sure this is set as it should be. As you've seen, the east is over there. The winds are coming from this direction, so we'll be taking off. So we'll have to make sure our ailerons are rolled to the right on takeoff and to compensate for the 9 knots. We're going to have a lot more fun coming into Anacortes though, and as you'll know, Anacortes is almost a carrier deck landing. It's on top of a headland, drop-offs on either end, so it's going to make things very interesting for us to deal with that, because we'll have a lot of that wind affecting the aircraft through a lot of the phases of the approach and climb out, so we're going to have to be very much aware of our behaviour. And this is a relatively high-speed wing, so lift will be very important, and we'll probably get some stall horns during this, so this is not exactly a bush plane with a big high-lift wing. We might be less effective because we're quite a slippery aircraft, but we'll have to see. Okay, so ailerons are rolled to the right. A little bit of rudder in to hold us in position here. Okay, rolled ailerons to stop us from picking up. And away we climb. No trouble in this kind of wind. 10 knots is nothing to this aircraft. Up we come. Flaps are retracting. Pull the power slightly back here. Good, positive climb. It's a very powerful aircraft. This will pull away from a lot of situations, so if we have any issues, we apply power and it should take us out of danger. We're still positive rate as we climb out. So we'll circle around here, we'll come downwind, and we'll depart on the base corner turn. There we go, it's flying out here. Gorgeous cloudscape above the airport right now. There we go. So, not sure what the weather will be like in terms of cloud cover when we get in there. It should have a couple of thousand feet visibility with that wind. Shouldn't be a major drama for us, but it could be interesting. The two weather stations reporting very differently for these airports, so we'll see how that actually plays in practicality. But like a surfer, I saw 33 knots and was like, dude, I gotta ride that thing. There is no way I can't. A 30-knot crosswind just sounds like a party to me. When this is a sim, my life isn't at risk. Hell yeah, let's do it. I've not actually surfed, but I'm a mountain biker, and I can see some trails and go, dude, I'm gonna hit that. Like, this is gonna happen. And there are just some features you see and you want to run them. You want to ride them. You absolutely just got to send it. And we're going to send it on this one. We're going to roast this thing and we're going to go for it. So we're going to have some fun. And that's looking pretty nasty actually above where we're heading towards. But we've still got a good ceiling above it, so we should be fine. Not a very long trip over there specifically, but we'll try and do one touchdown and a go around if we can. And make it 2 runs in. Nice and easy. Trimming this aircraft is very easy. Interesting little weirdness I see there. See that under the glare shield? We'll experiment once we get a little bit on track here. Go. What's my heading command? The one thing I hate is zooming out when you kind of get it slightly wrong. Come on. Heading. There we go. Stop it. We can command it nav actually. Should pick up this from this attitude. And altitude. Do it 4,000 feet there. I forgot how to do vertical speed in this aeroplane. I know it's clicking something or twiddling something, but I can never quite remember. Because normally it's, you know, pulled the knob out. And the G1000 confuses me because it's weird. So we'll turn that off for a second and we'll just put... No, we'll not put that on. We'll put Alt on. Just so it holds altitude at least while we're doing this. And I take a look down here and look at that. Ugh. No. Whatever you've done there, stop it. That glaring white line that's... Aha. Aha. It's seeing the surface under there as an upper surface facing the light. So it's treating this undersurface here as if it's actually picking up external influence of lighting, because up there, there's nothing for it to actually touch, because if you notice here, there's a double layer. This layer underneath is the main bit that's actually seeing. This is being treated as upper surface, despite the fact under here, it has a part where it's 2 layers, see? See this distance here? Got there. So there's about this much here. So at the top there, there's probably about that much that's covered. This area underneath here is being treated like this part and being lit the same way as this. The material for this and this probably shouldn't be the same. Or this bit here shouldn't exist. Because it shouldn't be like picking up the environmental lighting the same way. And yet it is. Because flight sim and lighting engines do not work like real life, unfortunately, sometimes. Especially when you're using 2 sets of material and one piece of material is picking up 2 sets of different lighting. You've got to split them. You can't have it the same. Which is why we get that seam of light around the edge of the panel where it thinks it sees something and it don't. And we're flying wildly off course. Because are we on heading or are we on roll? No, we're on roll. Because it didn't pick that up. Wonderful. We'll command it to follow heading and we'll leave it on course there. But we're not far away now. In fact, Nano Cortez is right there. So why are we even bothering with the autopilot? Get off, please. Your damper, you can get the hell off. I definitely don't want you on. You're going to mess up my mellow. So we're coming in with a mad tailwind right now. So our ground speed should be relatively high. Yeah, true airspeed's 173 right now. Ground speed's 188 knots. Yeah, we're cruising right now. So, yeah. This could well be an interesting adventure. Let's make sure our lighting is all as we need it. Landing lights are going on. Strobes are on. Let's turn on some of this cockpit lighting as well. Just to brighten our adventure here. And we're going to go downwind here and set up for an approach. I just pulled back one throttle rather than two because I'm an idiot that's used to flying single engines mostly. This might not be the right plane for playing in the wind like this, but we'll find out. Ana Cortez, an airport I've not been to since FSX and P3D days. Oh boy, how I've missed you. I used to love coming into the water runways down there just behind it off the 1/8 end. Bring our speed down here. A pleasant warning that my gear's not down. Thank you. I will. Could someone check the polygons leading to that seam? Split the materials, cows. The material part that's underneath the top of the glare shield should be on a separate material to the bit you can see outside it. That's what's picking it up. Or have the seam under there somewhere where you can't see it, because this forward bit shouldn't be picking up the same lighting. Now you'll find that it changes prop pitch when you pull the throttles back, which is why you get that pitch change where it sounds like it's actually accelerating. It's actually kind of giving you a form of beta in a piston aircraft. Okay, let's pull some of this on. Bit of power with the flaps. Gonna fight the trim a little bit. It's being a little bit spicy for me. We'll give it a long run in here to make sure we're good with this, and I'll keep a little bit of altitude so I can burn some speed as I do this turn. And we'll start our turn here. I'm going to have to basically make this a straight 180, because if I stay on base for much long, we're going to basically eat this entire approach. Look at the waves down there. The wind direction's right, and that is very white. Those are choppy. That's an angry sea. Okay, so this is not as far as I hoped it would be, but I'm going to start that turn. We're going for one stick, not to flaps, till we work out what the actual ground conditions are like. See what I mean about it being like a tabletop approach here? Okay. Oh, we're already overextending, so we're going to turn the aircraft into this. Oh, hello. Oh, hello, baby. Hello, baby. This is a ride. Woohoo! One express elevator to hell. Going down. And no, I'm not doing the 160 again. The C-160 combat landing was a lot of fun. Ooh. Oh, this is saucy. Oh, look at that windsock. That is a turgid windsock. Power on. Oh, it's trying to turn me into the wind. It's trying to weather vane me. Come on, power on. Fight through it, baby. Come on, fight through. Oh, come on. This is some saucy wind. Come on, nose into the wind. Ooh. These are some saucy flight conditions. I want to ride this train in a little bit longer. We're going to go around. We're going to do another run in here with a bit more room to play with. And we're going to look at what we're actually doing to make this thing work. Because, damn! This is fun. See, y'all should fly in conditions that are a lot more asymmetric a lot more often, because not only does it make you more experienced to know what it's going to be like when you have to deal with it, but it's a lot of fun. Look at how quickly we can turn out from our departure there with the headwind helping us. Oh, okay. So our actual airspeed there's indicated at 100 knots. We're showing 80. We're about, it's reading right currently maybe about 20 knots rather than 30 perhaps. At least indicated. Compared to what the weather data said for us, we're showing a ground speed to indicated difference there of about 20 knots, which is still very brisk for a crosswind. Right, so I'm going to let us turn downwind here towards the island. We'll cross over the island. We'll head out past where the headland is on our overall left engine right now, and we'll use that as our run-in point, so we get a much longer run-in towards the runway here, giving us time to really experiment with this. But the one thing I like about MSFS is whilst the water physics can be jank, you can definitely tell a lot about wind direction looking at the water. and severity, because that is very choppy down there. I have rarely seen quite as an aggressive an ocean. And I've flown some 20 knot winds before. Quite a lot, actually. That's not 20 knot water in MFSS. MSFS. That is much more brisk, much more aggressive. And, I like it. Honestly, this is fun. I mentioned the Aussie flight group team on my last video with the Cowan Sim H125 and their helicopter flights. They do GA flights as well on, I think it's Fridays, and I took this out, actually, in one of the last ones in the Caribbean. Great fun, actually. Great bunch of guys, and incredibly friendly. And if any of my viewers actually out there are girls or women, and you want a group of guys who are actually could be really fun to fly with, who aren't judgmental, or, you know, who aren't going to make a big deal out of it, totally recommend them. They have flights at both their morning and their evening, which means like a UK 8 o'clock-ish time, and which is like 3-4 at American Eastern. And they have another one which is later by about 12 hours. So you'll find something that will suit in terms of time slot, and they're super cool, super friendly, didn't make a big deal, just treat me like anybody, one of the guys. So if you're out there and you're looking for a flight group, because I know for a lot of you girls, finding kind of group flight stuff can be difficult sometimes, because, not gonna lie, it's intimidating. A lot of the time, it's a very male-dominated world. They're a great group to get with. And they're doing a special group flight for International Women's Day, and it will be super-duper cool. So, getting ourselves turned in here, and getting prepped for this next run-in. I'm going to use that kind of semi-beta with the props are feathering themselves, almost, not fully feathering, but turning themselves into a big slab. Gear going down, flaps 1 notch. We'll go full flaps on this run-in, just to make things extra lifty. I want to see how much this affects us. So I'm going to start turning for final here. This is going to be a bit of a drag in. So we're going to ride the kind of approach down so we can really look at what we're doing here. And you'll notice we're already over the centre line already. The wind really wants to pull us to the right of track, so I'm going to keep turning on the rudder. I'm going to put this into a crab, which means I'm going to fly this approach off the right hand corner almost of my glare shield. So I'm full deflection on my rudder pedal right there, and I'm crossing the controls here, so I'm in a bit of a slip, really, just to kind of keep my positioning, and I'm just going to loosen that slip with my control input a little bit at a time to bring us more left, and increase it to bring us more right. You'll see here a little bit less, and we pull right a little bit, actually release the rudder, and we'll strain up there. A bit more cross control, and that tips us more to the right hand side there. Managing my power as I come down. We're about 82. I'm holding that slightly more higher speed right now, just because I want a bit more authority on this. I want to land a bit more purposely further along the runway this time. We came very short last time. So a bit more power here. A little bit of a whisper of the stall horn there. A little more power. Just going to hold it here. I am still... Okay, now I'm full deflection. I was a little bit off. Tip it a little bit. And I'm just going to aim off that constant aim point. See the little card above where the ELT is? I'm kind of using that as my reference point there on the glare shield as I watch the runway very much. I'm watching my speed, 85. 85 is good. Okay, I need to come a little bit to the left. Little adjustment. Little adjustment. Okay, little tip down. Drop the nose. Little power off here. Little power on. Little power on. Little power. Oh, we're going to kick her straight now. And I'm going to keep my controls into the left. My controls into the left as I put the power down. Ruddering to the right. My controls are left now. While it keeps this wing down from the influence of the wind, I pull the flaps right up here. Oh, come on. No, 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 no. It's definitely making ground handling very hard. Ooh. Steady, girl. Steady, steady, steady. Okay. Hopefully, that made some sense to you. Now, taking off in these conditions is very much the same. We've stopped here. We'll do one mass go around here, so we'll taxi back. Even taxiing with high winds can be very challenging. So... We'll bring her onto the taxiway here. You'll notice the aircraft doesn't behave the way you want it to behave when you've got heavy winds. So you're going to want to basically keep... My controls are over to the right, my stick's over to the right here while we're taxiing. So I'm going to basically use my pedals as normal. But I'm keeping my controls all the way deflected to the right. That is helping keeping... And my tail's getting shoved here to the left. Can you see that? I'm having to hold this in. Because my tail's getting pushed a lot with this wind. Even with my controls level there, we are getting a lot of that. Yeah, this is entertaining. See, everything's pulling to the right, no matter what we do. So I'm going to keep dabbing the brake there on the left-hand side. It's not enough to keep us straight. It's like sharing a car with Elton John. It doesn't want to go straight. I used someone everyone would know. I was going to use one of my friends who is extremely, extremely flamboyant, but you wouldn't know them, so the joke wouldn't land. Okay, here we go. In fact, I'm going to just actually run more on the right engine here than the left to use some thrust to basically throw us into a much more... In fact, you know what? Using some actual differential thrust there on the taxi in a twin can make your life a lot easier with the winds like this. So we're going to do is take off with no flaps whatsoever, because that's going to give us probably the cleanest appreciation of how this is going to work. We've got more than enough room to do no flaps as well, so we'll do just that. Okay, we'll do one more around the barn. Okay, so I'm going to have my controls over to the left here. Controls into the wind. Oh, sugar. That's turned me right into it there. So, more power on the left actually here for takeoff. Okay, looking good. Holding those controls over to the left. More power on the left than the right. Oh, this is squirrely, I'll be honest. Pull the power to equal. Oh, up we go. Power's equalized. Nose into the wind. Gear up. Take it off sideways? Yes. Why, yes we are. Okay. Oh yeah, this is energetic. This is a good workout. This aircraft is very much affected by these conditions. Single engine types will be as well. You'll have less ability to use power to influence its ability to fly there. Already done a few times I've taken off actually with differential thrust. I've not done that very often. Okay, there's our runway behind us. Excelente. So we'll do a slightly shorter run-in this time. We'll just go beyond the nearest island on our right there. Or to the right of that island, I should say, on our left. But we'll turn out a little bit wider so we have a bit more of a base leg to react there. Because we always overturn because of the wind pushing us further along that course. So we'll turn just past the headland here. Using wider patterns because obviously we're dealing with high winds, so using a wider pattern gives me a bit more kind of playroom when it comes to safely operating the aircraft in these winds. Obviously if I was on the far side I could do it a lot shorter in terms of pattern because it'd be trying to push me away. So turning into the wind to turn base, I'd have a lot more time to turn to final because of that. You'll find even this, I'm going to give it a bit of rudder to the right because it's pushing me towards the airfield. Not a lot, just enough. There we go. So powering back here 130 knots. There we go. Because we're going to pick up speed when we turn base regardless, so we can actually slow down more here. than we need to. Gear in transition. Yes, yes, I'm checking it. 3 green. Okay, dropping speed here. 1 notch flaps, so we're going to turn here. Do I have reference where I want to be? I have the airport. Is that an airstrip down there? I don't know, let's look. That looks like it's an airstrip down there. Should I be doing this? No, I shouldn't, but I want to look. Just in case. That looks very airstrippy. I know when you're hiding airstrips from me. I'm going way too fast. I'm probably broken my flaps now. But we're just checking this out. I want to see. It might not be intended to be, but I could definitely land it. Oh, is there a building down there? That's totally an airstrip. It's got a building. Yeah, I'm calling it. That's an airstrip. Not for today, but it's an airstrip. Right, let's be grown-ups here and find the airfield. There's the lights. So we'll come up here. We'll pop up above the runway, because it's quite high up, actually. There we are, and we'll turn to final. After I've done looking at things and being stupid. You'll forgive me, it's the first time I've seen this since it's come to MSFS. Okay. We are 1 notch flaps, we have 3 green. And we're going to do a little bit of asymmetric adventuring here. I'm going to pull back my left engine a bit more, which should help turn us into the wind. Okay, we're in the crab. Well, bordering on a slip at this point. And we're just into position now. A bit more control to the right. Let the nose back a little bit here. Okay, actually, the engine power change is definitely making a difference there. So making changes to engine power is actually having a good impact on how this plane wants to fly. We're a little bit slow, so let's advance the throttles, keeping the same differentiation there between the two. While we play. I'm not sure whether this is a verified technique with the engine power, but I want to see what the effect is, and it's making my life a lot easier right now. Way more predictable. Definitely helped on takeoff. Not sure you'd want to do that there in real life. Okay, 91, we're pulling the power back, we're dropping the nose. This is 1 notch flaps, not 2. Whoopsie daisy. Hello, straighten up. There we go. So, oh, hello. Controls over to the left. That was a messy landing. But I'm running more left engine than right now, and I'm putting my control stick to the left. Brakes are applied. Oh, Nelly, slow down. We're all sorts of messy on this runway right now. She doesn't want to behave at all in this wind. This is definitely very, very brisk. Very brisk. Hoi. That is a bit wild. So more right engine on taxi here. Should keep us relatively straight. In fact, mostly right engine. The left engine is sitting on idle. I'm taxiing without any control inputs on the ground. Just engine power here. No inputs to the pedals. Just right engine. Just right engine. Only right engine. See? That's all I'm using. Okay. Turn left. Okay, now turn. Okay, now I should probably stop being stupid. It's what happens when I show off. I start doing stupid things and I ruin a perfectly good air. Behave yourself in this wind. Dear God. Yeah, I think 33 knots is pretty much on the number. This is the most sprightly anything I've flown has felt. Let's get this thing parked and away, because it does not want to be out in this weather. There we go. There's a hangar over there for us. Lovely. Hi guys. Yeah, I want to get parked. This has been interesting. This plane deserves to be indoors, so come on. I'm applying power. Why aren't we going anywhere? Come on. Yeah, this weather's definitely making our lives problematic. Here we come. Watch out for the trash bin. Coolio. Perfect. Wonderful. Well, the plane is put to bed somewhat. Pop the canopy. And we are done. Oh boy, was that a spirited little adventure. I've done some fun flying before, but that definitely kept us on our toes. And talk about that parking job. Look at that. Perfectly away. Ooh. And Orbex's Anna Cortez is back in fine fettled fashion. Love it. It's exactly what I remember from FSX. If you had it then, you will not be disappointed. We're looking at almost the very same airport here. All sorts of stuff parked around that we want to see, and including some enhancements to the area and the town around it. Ah, a 412 there. I like those. Thank you for watching, guys. I will see you all next time. Bye.